I wanted to reinterpret the Halston kind of feeling that I have and I kind of love about the brand in a modern interpretation. I looked at wild orchids and obviously all the elements that I just like adore about Halston, the softness, the femininity. You know, we kind of created this amazing space for it. It's almost like an idealistic place, you know, like the flowers and the green is just kind of stunning and very glamorous.
I mean, the dress when you first walk in, I was told the sequins are reversible, which is such an amazing idea because the pattern literally changes no matter how you either touch the dress or how, you know, you brush up against different things, I suppose. Not that you'd be brushing up against things, but no, the sequins basically change the look of the dress depending on how you move and so on, so that's really cool.
I looked at colors that felt really Halston, kind of felt like true, like to the heritage, and kind of tried to modernize the kind of feeling of the spiral dress and classic elements that are so vivid about Halston. Wild orchids, rare creatures. Isn't that what a Halston should be? A Halston woman should be, and you know, just the feeling of this sophistication together with the prints and the colors, the mood, it just created a whole impact, and that was the inspiration behind the collection. Working with a classic sort of like silhouettes, but kind of changing the proportion and, you know, in some respect also like adding or dissecting some of the pieces were like strong elements behind the construction of the garments. I've worked a lot on, you know, pedal-shaped shapes that kind of go back to the, you know, the orchid-inspired dresses and blouses that Roy Halston did in the 80s, but in a softer fabric, sometimes in chiffon, sometimes in a crushed silk. Colors starting from like a variety of like soft tones, very seductive and soft, and then go to the more exotic tones like coral and turquoise. And then we added prints where all these colors come together and, you know, all this mixture.
First of all, I think it's really beautiful. I think the whole reinvention of this historic, really storied brand has been incredible. I think what they've done is not really just copy their archives, which should have been an easy go-to situation, but instead they've taken what the idea and the essence of the brand is and sort of reinvented it. And I think to look at the way that they've done the jersey and the way that they've done the evening and they've done, you know, this idea of simple dressing is really modern. I never look at anything and think, oh, well, that's a retro, you know, copy of what it was, but I think it's a really modern take on something about what the idea of the whole brand.
It's such an incredible label, you know. I mean, you must be so proud of owning such a forward-thinking brand for that time, and I think going with the same softness and representing a true woman, you know, like something that a woman would love to wear, the effortlessness and the simplicity in the cut. I think this is so easy for you to kind of get in hand, you know, just you're straight away inspired by the heritage, I guess, and, you know, like fabric and all these elements then come together and you're building up. I mean, I love coming to New York. It's such a different buzz than in London, you know. I always kind of like to take the elements that I meet here and then bring them back to London, work on them and coming back and just see how it reflects, you know. It's a great energy here, and I just love, you know, the nightlife, the museums, the, you know, even like the girl that you meet on the uptown coming to the downtown. It's just like all these reflections that make it so interesting and so powerful. It's a constant process, and I think that's what Roy Halston was so great about. You know, classic pieces that would develop over the years, but they were signature, and that's so great about it. It's a great brand. I love it.